eThekwinin Metro is our next destination, where we find Ayanda Mhlongo, who joins us from the Durban City Hall. Ayanda, very good evening to you. You are, of course, in a hotly contested province, as, of course, it's all about the numbers at the end of the day. What's it looking like at the moment?
Very good evening to Mpo and good evening to our viewers. Yes, certainly, Mpo. That is the discussion now here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It is the numbers, and I'm just give you an overview of where we are in terms of the votes that have already been counted. We are now at 29.9%, as I said, of the votes that have been counted so far in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And what has really come, Mpo, as a shock to many is what we're seeing on that results board with the MK party, Mkhonto party, which of course we know that is being backed or now led by former President Jacob Zuma. That is leading the province of KwaZulu-Natal, followed by the African National Congress. Hot on the heels of the ANC is the IFP, the Democratic Alliance, and then the EFF. It has been the talk of the town here in Poso, to speak, and I can tell you now that the members or the representatives of the political parties, it's really been a long day. Some are still here and saying that they're going to sit it out throughout the night. This is, of course, one of the most crucial times for them as they're receiving those results. But to just quickly unpack for these results and what we're seeing in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, I'm joined by a political analyst, Professor Abegi Mngomozulu. Prof, thanks again for your time. We are looking at the result, Prof. It's the talk of the town, as I was saying. Everybody is talking about what is happening in the province of KwaZulu-Natal and the possibility at this point. I know that we're still just under 30% of the votes counted. Things might change, but a lot of people seem to think that this is it now. Mkhonto party is going to make history in KwaZulu-Natal and could unseat the African National Congress.
Thank you very much, Ayanda. No, definitely what we see, as you correctly pointed out, is only 29.9%, which is roughly 30%, but we are already seeing signs that the MK party is going to cause an upset. As a matter of fact, it has already caused an upset because very few people gave it anything at all in this election. Firstly, because it's a new kid on the block, and also because KwaZulu-Natal has been known as the ANC stronghold. And then, of course, if you see results of this nature, you have to be worried. If you are in the governing party, you have to be worried. Then if you are in the MK, you have to rejoice. If you are in the EFF, we are also going to be worried, because all along they've been giving themselves the impression that they've done very well in this election in terms of canvassing. The same goes for the DA. The DA was hoping that it will do better than it did last time. Of course, we don't know how it's going to pan out at the end, but as things stand right now, the MK has already made history in terms of leading the pack at these early stages. Then we'll see how things will unfold as more results come in. But already it has definitely made a mark in history. You're
saying, Prof, that it's still in the early stages. As we're saying, we're still under 30% of the votes counted, but also looking at the important fact that we're still waiting for the biggest voting block to come in, and that being the eThekwinin Metro. We know that there are around 2 million registered voters in the eThekwinin Metro. We also saw the numbers of people, those queues and queues of people that came out on voting day in this metro. Could we see a change as these results start to come through? We're also waiting for the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, that being your Zululand district, right up to Mkhanyakude, which we know these are areas where the IFP is pretty strong. The numbers that we're seeing now, do you think this is what we'll end up with, or could there be a change?
You know, Ayanda, elections are very interesting moments. There will definitely be change. The question is, will the change be for the better or for the worse for political parties? If, for example, we take Italy, which has always been the biggest region of the ANC, let's say, hypothetically speaking, the ANC gets more votes in eThekwinin Metro. Given the gap that we see right now, all they will do is to close the gap. But it will take time, because if you look at 40-something% against 20%, there's a huge gap. So even if the ANC were to do well in eThekwinin, it's not going to change things that much. And then the areas we're talking about, Zululand is known to be a stronghold of the IFP, and then places like Umkhanyagut, you have a mixed bag. There are ANC supporters, and then now MK supporters, and then a few EFF and DA supporters. So as much as things might change for the ANC, and then the ANC might gain something, similarly the MK will also gain something. So it's like we are chasing a ghost. We are trying to reach the MK, and the MK is opening the gap. And then in isiZulu we normally say so basically we are chasing a mirage. So that is what is likely to happen, because remember that before the MK came into the picture, already there were problems in the ANC. And I'm one of the people who had said that the KwaZulu-Natal was going to the IFP, which means the IFP had already done a sterling job in terms of amassing enough support. Now we have another contender, that is the MK, and they're eating not just on the ANC but also on the EFF. So basically then it means that the victims of the MK are not just the ANC, as most people say. I said that before the election, and I say it now. The victims of the MK, it's not just the ANC, the EFF and the DA are also feeling the pinch.
Yeah, indeed, Prof. I mean, if we're looking at those numbers, and as Prof was saying, the IFP had set its sight on regaining province of KwaZulu-Natal, and they were pretty confident in those numbers. The Democratic Alliance, as we know, they had fielded Chris Papas, who's the mayor of the Umgeni municipality, quite popular in some parts in the province, and they believed that he was the man that was going to be able to increase the support of the Democratic Alliance in this province. And then, of course, the EFF. The EFF had also grown exponentially in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. The 2019 national elections, they obtained around 350 or more than 350,000 votes. They're currently sitting at 12,577. So not a good picture for the EFF in this province. Of course, we are going to continue with our rolling coverage here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal as those results start coming through. And really, we're on the steps of history being made. And so as the results coming through, the big question is, will the MK be able to keep this lead? Will the MK make history and take control of the province from the African National Congress? I'm going to leave it here for now, Mpo, and take it back to you in the studio.
Absolutely. Ayanda Mhlongo there giving us an update from KwaZulu-Natal.